welcome to the Better Banking Podcast. I'm your host, Eric Foster, and behind the scenes is our fabulous producer, Rune. Hey, producer Rune, how are things in the control booth today?
Everything's fine, except I think there's some kind of groundhog living beneath the soundboard. So we're going to have to take care of that.
I had a hedge there was something wrong in there. Hey, the Better Banking Podcast is brought to you by Gain Federal Credit Union to fulfill our promise to share our financial knowledge for your financial gain. Now, I'm not the expert, as you know, but I know the experts, and we bring you the experts to help you manage your money better with useful information and resources. We'll also share our insights on how credit unions work and how they're different from banks. That's a lot, so let's get started. On the podcast today is our corporate trainer at Gain Federal Credit Union. Her name is Jasmine Jimenez. Jasmine, welcome to the podcast.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
I'm so glad you showed up.
Of course. I wouldn't miss it.
Give us a little background about yourself. Tell us when you started working at Gain and maybe what you did before you worked here at Gain.
I have been working for Gain for a little over a year. I started last year in February. I am the corporate trainer, as you mentioned. Before working here, I worked at another credit union for 5 years. I did training there, and I also worked in their call center helping members over the phone.
Terrific. Tell us, what are the responsibilities and what exactly is a corporate trainer?
So as the corporate trainer here at Gain, my goal is to create a learning culture. My members are our employees, so that is who I am helping.
Tell us a little bit how you actually help the staff member.
So there's a couple things that I do. Currently in my role, I host new employee orientation. So all of the new faces that come into our organization, they see me, I welcome them. They spend about a day with me going over documentation. And then I also give them a little insight about who we are, a little bit about the credit union industry, our culture, and a little bit about our brand.
So you help prepare folks to become acclimated with the credit union culture here at Gain, as well as the credit union industry. And do you also teach them and instruct them on technical aspects of their job?
Yeah. So during the onboarding process, I'll go over timekeeping system, make sure they're able to access that, make sure they're able to access our intranet, which is our internal website, so they know how to navigate and keep updated with all of our promotions and what we're currently offering. They also will get an introduction to our email system as well as our direct messaging system so they can communicate easily within their teams and with anyone in the organization.
Yeah, there's a lot for a new person coming in, not only about the credit union industry, but just how to navigate within the building itself.
Right. I don't want them to feel lost on their first day. Aside from the new employee orientation, I also send out training memos each month to all of the staff. And in those memos, it comes with helpful tips on self-development. I also will put some riddles to keep your mind fresh, maybe some rebus puzzles. I also will send out regulatory training, all the fun stuff to ensure that people are getting what they need.
Tell us a little bit about the regulatory or mandatory training that you have to facilitate. What's involved with that?
Right. So working in a financial institution, there are certain laws that we have to follow.
That sounds important. You play a big role in getting that information into the hands of the new hires, correct?
Absolutely. Unfortunately, those aren't the fun ones. However, they do ensure that we are keeping our members' information safe and secure and that our employees are doing the right thing. All of the courses that are assigned to them have due dates, so I also will monitor that and make sure no one is behind to make sure that they're completing those courses in a timely manner.
So that's terrific. A lot of information about how you help new hires come into the building, also help with training, monitoring of mandatory and regulatory training. But I also know that you recently began a program that benefits our members directly.
I am so excited to announce that we have partnered with Greenpath Financial Wellness. They are a trusted national nonprofit that provides free, individualized counseling, guidance, information, and tools to help individuals meet their goals and improve their overall financial health.
At Gain Federal Credit Union, we love sharing our in-depth financial knowledge with our members. We host and partner with experts to provide educational seminars on a variety of financial topics, such as home buying, understanding credit, building up your savings, and a whole lot more. For a full schedule of events or to take advantage of these free presentations, visit gainfcu.com/seminars.
Tell us, Jasmine, what members would benefit most from Greenpath?
When a member is in a financial hardship, we're always going to try our best to help them here in-house. However, for a more in-depth financial situation, we would then refer them over to Greenpath.
So this provides a bit of financial knowledge for the membership?
Absolutely, and so much more. So their most popular resources are housing counseling, student loan counseling, debt management. I can go on and on.
Please do. We'll wait.
For those financial assessments, actually, the conversation is going to begin with a financial assessment. So what they're going to do is understand your situation and your goals. They're going to pull and review credit, and they're going to help you build a spending plan and ultimately help you develop an action plan.
This program is for someone who might have an issue or has questions or needs some type of assistance with money of some sort, right?
Absolutely. So this is available to not only to our members, but also to our employees as well as their family members too. It's all about financial well-being.
Our goal here at Gain, as I mentioned at the top of the podcast, is to share our financial knowledge with our members, with the people who bank here for their financial gain.
The experts are really going to figure out what is best for them. Let's say it is housing counseling, for example. They are HUD certified, which is certified through the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. Maybe if you're new to home buying, or maybe you're facing foreclosure, they can help you find resources and kind of get all of that situated for you. Or, for example, let's say you need that student loan counseling. They can help you with, combating that debt, finding resources for you. What they're actually specialized and known for is their debt management plan. So for the debt management plan, what they're doing is they are helping people who have a lot of debt and who just need a little help with organizing it all and paying it off. So what they do is they'll work directly with the creditors to try to get those debts planned paid off within a 3 to 5 year period. And the way that they're doing this is negotiating interest rates with those lenders. So what people are normally familiar with are debt settlements. So debt settlement is a little bit different. What Greenpath does is they don't negotiate the amount of debt. What they're negotiating is that rate to be lower to ultimately help the member save money and pay off the debt in full. That's their goal for our member.
Get you down to a more comfortable, lower payment.
Exactly. We have a trained staff who will look into each member's situation and understand a member's financial situation so they are able to recommend Greenpath when it's appropriate. Greenpath also offers on-demand courses and webinars, articles, worksheets, guides, calculators, all of these additional resources.
So it helps our members get back on track with their bills, get back on track with any type of credit card debt, and preventing that type of overburdening debt in the future.
Right. So a perfect example of that would be, let's say a member during the pandemic lost their job, so in turn lost their income. So they may not know which way to go or where to turn. Maybe they had savings, or maybe they had to go in debt in order to keep afloat during that time until, hey, now they're back on their feet. So during that time, they accumulated debt, and now they need to know where to go from there and how to get them out. So Greenpath is there to really help someone in that way. But we also don't limit someone to being referred to Greenpath during hard times. We also find it very helpful to refer a member to Greenpath during happy times too, such as a new baby or maybe a marriage. So that can also take a toll on your financial health. So Greenpath is there to help you even before things take a downturn.
So it's kind of like a financial checkup.
Absolutely, exactly.
With Greenpath, is there any fee for our membership to use these services and to use these resources?
Their services are free. However, there is a small cost for certain specialized services. So, for example, that debt management plan, there is a fee which varies by state. Most services are free. They also have a resource called Learning Lab Plus, which allows you to take courses and get certificates for the courses that you're completing.
And all this information that they discuss with our members, is completely confidential and secure?
Absolutely. So the member has the option to provide their information, but it is not required. They can remain completely confidential.
And what would be the best way for our member to find out about these services? What would be the best way to get in touch with Greenpath?
They can get in touch with Greenpath by going to gainfcu.com/Greenpath.
Jasmine, thank you so much for joining us today in the podcast. I hope you had a good time.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
And when you have more news about Gain Federal Credit Union, be sure to reach out to us and we'll have you back on.
Thank you so much.
Please send your comments, questions to podcast@gainfcu.com, and be sure to subscribe and leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. We're waiting for you. Once again, thanks to corporate trainer Jasmine Jimenez, JJ as she's known here, and to producer Oon in the control booth. Dare I ask, how are things in there?
Everything's fine, except I think there's some kind of groundhog living beneath the soundboard. So we're going to have to take care of that. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Didn't you already do that one?
Yeah, that's the joke. It's Groundhog Day.
Maybe we should change our policy and have rehearsals. I'm sorry, Jasmine, you had to go through that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What? Join us next time because, as you know, there's a lot more to gain.
The views and opinions expressed by hosts and guests of the Better Banking Podcast are not those of Gain Federal Credit Union. Gain Federal Credit Union is insured by the NCUA and an equal housing lender. NMLS number 407810.